Content pillars are a great tool to use to make sure that you're consistently talking about the things that your audience wants to learn about. But they're only effective if you know how to choose the right content pillars and then you know how to utilize them in your content creation process. Hey y'all, Sarah Jane here, your friendly neighborhood copywriter. And in this video, I'm going to dive into what content pillars are, why we use them, and how you can bridge the gap between your content pillars and your actual content. So the obvious question is, what is a content pillar? Content pillars are basically the main topics that you cover in your content marketing. Just like the pillars of a building help support the building structurally, your content pillars help support your content marketing. So these are the topics that you talk about most often. Typically, you'll have somewhere between 5 to 7 content pillars. It really just depends on your industry and what you create content around. So there are 3 things that your content pillars should be. The first, they should be relevant to your audience and their needs. So what does your audience care about? What does your ideal client or customer care about? What keeps them up at night? These things will help inform your content pillars. The second is a focus on your expertise. So what do you want to be known for? What are you really good at? That's also a great starting point for finding content pillars. And the third is that content pillars should align with your offers. Think about the challenges that your offers help solve. What categories do those fit into? Another great starting point for finding your content pillars. So what does this look like? An example for me, for instance, I have a copywriting agency. My content pillars might be content strategy, email marketing, hiring a copywriter. These are things I talk a lot about. Those could be my content pillars. They fit with all 3 of those things we just talked about. They're relevant to my audience and their needs, focuses on my expertise, and it aligns with my offers. So why do we use content pillars? Why would you want to put these together before you start creating content? The first reason is that it keeps us on track and makes sure that we're focusing on what our audience cares about. So it's really easy when you're creating content to get caught up in something that you're interested in or passionate about without really thinking about whether or not it matters to your audience. So having that content pillar keeps you on track, makes sure that you're focusing on the topics that are most important to your audience. The second reason we use content pillars is that it makes sure that we're covering all of our bases and not just focusing on one topic. Having these pillars helps us have a variety of content so that we're reaching all of our audience at all stages in the buyer's journey. The third reason we use content pillars is to help us be consistent with our content. Talking about the same things consistently helps us build trust with our audience and show off our expertise. So a lot of people will come to me and say, I feel like I talk about the same things over and over again. So what I say to that is, you should be talking about the same things over and over again for a few reasons. Your audience needs to hear things more than once in order for it to click, but also you're an expert in something specific. So you're gonna talk about it over and over again and people expect you to. So now let's talk about the missing link, that thing that most people are missing from their content pillars, and that's the human element. Your customers or prospective customers are humans. Even if you sell dog clothing, the humans are the ones with the credit cards. So you need to write to a human audience in a way that helps them establish a connection with you. A lot of pillars are focused on just general topic categories and solutions. So for example, email marketing is an example of a general topic category, but it's also a solution because I offer email marketing services. But those topics are not focused on what the customer or prospective customer is actually going through when they start to think about email marketing services. And that is, how do I nurture my leads to a place where they're ready to buy? Or how do I nurture my existing customers to buy again? That's the problem that my customers are facing when they come to me for email marketing. So when I just use email marketing as my pillar and I don't think about the actual challenges that email marketing solves, I'm doing a disservice to my content marketing. So now that you have all this information, what do you do with it? Well, First step would be to create your own content pillars. Make sure that it incorporates those 3 things that all content pillars should be: relevant to your audience and their needs, focus on your expertise, and it aligns with your offers. I have a free monthly content planner that you can download. It's totally free. It's totally awesome. You can download it at the link in the description. And this is going to help you keep your content organized. So once you've chosen those pillars and you're ready to write, you can keep everything organized and make sure that you are following through with all the work that you did on your content pillars. And that's all I have for you today. So if you liked this video, it was helpful, make sure to leave me a little comment, let me know, and subscribe so that you never miss another video from me.